Halloween print, you say? I've got fixed dry filament right after this. Stay tuned! Okay, let's take a look at the first color I got here in the mail. It is a tricolor. It is a green. I'm not sure. A green, orange, and something else. I'm not really sure at the moment. Maybe a red. Green, orange, red, possibly. It doesn't say on the spool. They do not put a sticker on these like they should. And the box label is covered up. But I'll have to check my order and see. But I'll start printing. I've got the other two coming in the mail. By the time you see this video and I tape it, they will have came, but yeah. That's pretty.
Several days later.
Okay, the second color I've got from Fixed Dry, it's a gold, black, red. And if you're wondering why I wrote that on there with a Sharpie, because the spool is not marked and the box had no label on it. And maybe the box did, but it was covered up. So, anyway, gold, black, red. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's looking real pretty. Kind of see like a black sheen in there. So, cardboard spool. Instead of putting this on my AMS, I'm putting it outside of the unit behind the printer and just feeding it in by itself. So, let's get to printing some goodies. Okay guys, most of you probably know this, but if you're new to 3D printing, I want to show you how I import a model and slice it. And here we have Bamboo Studios. Bamboo Studios is a great slicer, not only for Bamboo Lab printers, but they have many other printers in their profiles that you can use. And I particularly love this slicer. But let me go ahead and pull a model in here. Let me go up here to File, Import. And I got a Magic Kitten, so I'm going to pull that in, click OK. Now, typically I drag and drop from one monitor to the other. I will open up a file on a different monitor, left click on it, hold down my left mouse button, drag it over here to this build plate. And as you can see, that kitty cat's pretty small. So we're going to come up here. He's been selected. See, right now he's not selected. I click on him, he's selected. I will go up here and I'm going to increase the scale. And go up here to the Y, backspace, make that a 300, hit enter, and now he's 300%. But I don't want to print in that orientation. Now, to move this down, you hold down your left mouse button, hold it down, and move your mouse around, and you can rotate the bed. I'm using a trackball, so I simply rotate the ball. I'm going to select him by clicking on him. I'm going to go up here and click Lay on Face. I'll click it, and it's going to ask me what face. In other words, everything is white, what I want to put on the bottom. What I want to put, face down. So I'm going to click on the bottom, click off of him. Now he's oriented. And, I don't know, I need to make him a little bit bigger. He's still pretty small, right? Go back up here and hit scale again. It's at 300%. Take my mouse, let's make that 400%. That looks a little better. Then I'll click on him, I'll drag him to the middle of the bed. Now, since my camera is over here in the corner of the printer, and I'm going to be doing a time lapse, I want to have him face the camera. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit rotate. I'll click on the rotate and simply grab him and let him face the camera. And then I'll click off of him and that's good to go. And that's going to look pretty nice. Now we have a lot of overhangs. And let's see, is he going to print without any supports? No, he won't. Underneath his chin and some of these areas right here are kind of printing out in midair as the layers start at the bottom and work their way up. And I moved him off center, let me move him back. Now, over here on the left side, I'm using a cool plate because I damaged my textured PEI. I've got a 0.4 nozzle, and I don't have a fifth spool. I got 4. I'm currently working without my MS unit. I have a spool of filament sitting next to the printer that I'm feeding into it for this particular job. I'm going to be printing at 0.20 millimeter layer height, which is a standard definition. If there's really super tiny detail, then I might want to do like a 0.15 or a 0.12. 0.20 will be perfectly fine. As far as click on strength, and I'm going to leave everything pretty much stock. But infill, right here, sparse dense infill, is typically set at 15%. I change that to 5. 5% should be perfectly fine for something like this. I don't like the, and then increase it, and then type is going to be grid. There's all these different options. If you just click on it, you can pick whatever you want, rectangular, whatever you want. Okay, I'll leave it on with rectangular for now. And speed, we don't have to worry about it. It's all stock. As far as for supports, I'm going to put tree supports on it. They've got normal and then tree supports. And actually, I'm starting to kind of like tree supports. They're very easy to remove. They look kind of like a tree stalk going up. They break off very easy. And that's all looking pretty good. So I'll go over here to the top, hit slice plate. And that'll take just a second. Right down here you can see it's almost done. And once we slice it, we'll be able to send that over to the printer and get printing. And, you know, I don't really care for Cura. I've used it a little bit in the past. Prusa slicer is a very good slicer. I used to use Simplified 3D. Still on my computer, I don't use it. But I really do love Bamboo Lab Slicer. And then if you want to step up one from Bamboo Labs, go to Orca Slicer. It's like a fork of bamboo. It has a lot more bells and whistles than Bamboo Lab has. I don't currently have it. I haven't tried it, but I hear a lot of good things about it. So I would highly recommend Bamboo Studio Slicer or Orca Slicer for all your 3D printing needs. And I'm using a generic silk PLA, as you can see right up here. That's what I have picked. As far as temperatures, and that's what we got for tree supports. And like I say, those will break off very easy when it's done. But it all depends how you angle your model as to how many supports may not be on it. Now, if you're not happy with this, you simply go back over here, click on prepare, and you start over. And if you make any kind of changes or move the model in any way, you'll have to reslice it. This will turn green. I haven't touched anything. I'm going to go back here to preview. Here's all the specs on it right here. And something else I forgot to mention. Once you've sliced your model, there's a slider right here. You can take that slider, pull it down, and you can see what it's going to look like as it prints. You can bring it down and just see all the layers, see how it's going to print. Bring your mouse over, angle it. You can see all your grid support there, rectangular. And since I'm working on a cool plate, the bed will not heat up. I simply take glue stick, apply a nice amount of glue stick on the whole cool plate, and it's good to go. And if you can hear in the background, the printer's running a test now. So it's one thing I just want to mention. But like I say, and then hold down your left mouse button, roll it around, move the mouse around, and you can see all the areas of it. So it'll be good to go. And then I'm going to come over here to print plate, top right. Click on that. It's not going to say slot 1 for the AMS because I have the spool outside of the printer. I'm going to simply hit send. And now very super fast, it goes to China and back with information. It's currently sending to the printer. As you can see, it says 30% done. It's going really fast. And now it's successfully sent back to the printer. It will jump over to the print window. It will load up the printer, and you can see it's the exterior spool right here is lit up. It doesn't matter what color I have. That's just what I had randomly picked. What is going on, everybody? Jerry with 3DHP. I hope you're having a great day. It's almost Halloween. Let's print some cool stuff, and today I did. We got a couple more rolls of fixed dry filament in the mail. I got black, gold, red. And this one is a green, blue, orange. I was supposed to got a third roll. It got lost somewhere. I don't know what happened. They had gave me a code to buy 3 rolls, and I bought them with free shipping. One roll comes out a few days later, and then 3 or 4 days after that, the second roll shows up. Don't know what happened to the third roll. So this will be a video about 2 rolls. Maybe at some point they'll send out the third roll. I don't know what happened. They didn't come all together. And usually when you order something from a website, they all come together. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but let's get going. Yeah, that mask that I just showed you, that looked really cool. That is a ghoul mask, I believe it is. That's from Chelsea. And it was over on Things right before it hit her Patreon, I guess this month. She's putting a lot of her stuff. I've seen a post on Twitter that she's throwing them up on Things before she goes to her Patreon. But man, that looks really cool. Anyway, yeah, I'll show a close-up of all these, but that came out beautiful. And I didn't size this up. This was at 100% scale as it was designed. Beautiful mask, beautiful gargoyle mask. It's got holes in it, or it has another version without holes. So basically just put some elastic or something in there, or a string possibly, and you can go trick-or-treating with it, or to a party, or just hang it up on your wall. Beautiful mask, superb work. Came out really nice. And then we have I think this was a scarecrow mask. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen here. But yeah, this just came out beautiful. And everything was printed on my Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon. And I had the spool running out next to the printer. I didn't run it through the AMS. And yeah, it's got holes in it also. This one doesn't quite fit me. My head's kind of big. Kind of getting stuck here on both sides on my cheekbones. But that came out really good. And then this mask here, I guess if you're going to a masquerade party, a ball, a Halloween party, pretty much anything, it looks like it's made out of leaves. This would be great for your wife or your girlfriend. You know, unless, you know, some dudes might want to wear this, but this came out really good. I'll show you close to all these here in a minute. And it does have holes in it. So see, that's how it looks when you wear it. It looks pretty cool. Very nice. And kind of getting off track here. Black, gold, red. Okay, this is not my black, gold, red. That one goes over there. That's got the green in it. Yeah, the black, gold, red will be this one. This mask is black, gold, red. This is black, gold, red. Then I have a really cool cat here. It's got a witch's hat on it. Cat in a hat, you know. Got a witch's hat on it. Came out very nice. Designer's name will be across the bottom of the screen here. And this one I sized up 300%. I do remember that. When I dropped it in my slicer, I believe that's the clip here that I showed you, or I will show you, how I slice things when I throw them in Bamboo Studios. If you don't know, it's very simple to do. And then I size this up. And if anybody doesn't know, whenever you download a file or you buy a STL from anybody, whatever size you get it at, that is considered 100% scale. And if you make it larger or smaller, you know, go up to 125%, 150, 300, whatever it may be, you size up from there. And here's a little bitty mask. I'm not sure if this was one of Chelsea's or not. I'll put that on the screen here. And I didn't size this up, but I guess I should have, because, I mean, if you got a Chihuahua or something, or a cat, that might fit it, but it's got holes where you put a string on it. That came out very small. I should have sized that up quite a bit, and I didn't, but it came out nice. Looks pretty good. It's a silk filament. The colors are beautiful. And then I got this print in here, a suspended hand. Well, it was suspended when it printed. Then I pulled it off the bed. I don't know what happened to the strings, but it's not suspended anymore. Looks pretty cool, but you know, got a little hand there. So, then here's the little doohickey that it gets mounted in. Yeah, I didn't check the settings or something on that, and it didn't come out right. It should have been suspended in strings in midair, but it didn't. But it's a good print, nonetheless, I guess you'd say. And then from 3D Print World, I wanted to print another sword. And he had a really cool twisty sword on printables. Ta-da! Check these colors out, man. Ain't this amazing? Look at that. That is so pretty. Perfect for cosplay or going trick-or-treating or, you know, whatever. Just hang on your wall. That is beautiful. And this was printed with a 0.4 nozzle on the Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon. Now, since I accidentally screwed up my textured bed, I've been using a cool plate on the Bamboo Labs lately with glue stick. And when this first came out, I'm looking at it, I took my X-Acto knife, and I kind of loosened up the first layer. And then I got the first section out, and I'm thinking, wow, how am I going to get those other ones out of there? They don't seem to want to, I can't free them up. And then I realized that there's a little tiny lip right here on this edge. And I took my fingernail, I went all the way around, and I clicked it, and I basically pulled off a little piece of filament all the way around. And then the second section came out. Then I took my fingernail, and I went right around that edge again, all the way around, and pulled off a little piece of filament. It's almost like a little tiny brim, even though I had brims turned off. Then the third one came out, etc., etc. But yeah, it came out really good. It just took me a minute to figure out how to get it to telescope. But that is beautiful. You know, 3D print world, you can find them, I guess they're probably a lot of places, but this came off of printables. And yeah, beautiful. Came out very nice. Beautiful sword. Twisty sword. Or spiral sword. And then we have ghosties. Like I said, I was going to print more ghosties. I got a bunch more ghosties here. When you download these off of printables, there's probably 4 or 5 folders, and they got all different types of faces. I mean, like 20 or 30 different ones. And then you can have loose feet or tight feet. Last time I had tight feet, and they were harder than hell to push on. These go on real easy. They're real loose, they go on easy. So I printed a bunch of little ghosties here. They came out really cool. I got 5 of them here. And then I got a little pumpkin here. It's like a little, I don't know. You can put candy or something in it if you printed it real big. And the top prints separately in case you want to do it orange with a black gourd on it, or top, whatever you call that, the stem. I went ahead and I glued that on. Everything was printed with organic supports. They break off real easy. And if you ever have trouble removing organic supports, get a small pair of pliers, and you can just smash them, crush them, rip them off, whatever. They come off very easy. But that came out very nice. It's that blue, green, gold. And we got a phone stand of a skull. Very nice. Came out beautiful. You know, if you're sitting there working at your computer, your desk, you're at work, really cool. Got a little skull there, put your phone on it to show off everything. Came out really nice. I had zero trouble with the filament other than the one roll that never showed up. And the only other issue would be that they don't have their spools marked. It doesn't say what color they are. So I broke out a Sharpie and I wrote on them with a Sharpie what color they are. So that's the only thing I can suggest. Until the company starts labeling their spools with the color, just take a Sharpie, when you take it out of the package, look and see what it is, write on it. That way when it's up on your shelf and you go to grab it, you'll know what you're looking at. You know, I'm getting older, I got to wear glasses and a lot of light, it seems like to see anything. So, but yeah, it printed really nice, had no trouble with it on Max 1 Carbon. And lots of goodies here. Let's see, none of these were paid files. These are all free files that I downloaded. And I guess that's about it. So I hope everybody has an awesome Halloween. And hope you print a lot of cool stuff. You know, you can make props for your house, for your yard, displays in the window. There's just so many things you can do for Halloween. And decorations. Make stuff for your grandkids. Make stuff for the neighbors' kids. And there's so much you can do. So until next time, please like, subscribe, share, and happy printing. Oh yeah, and another thing, just wanted to let you know, I've got more filament and I'm working on the big xenomorph alien. The 7-foot alien I'm printing away, doing more parts right now. So until next time, guys, you have an awesome day. Later.